What's going on, guys? So for this one, I'm just gonna do episodes 3 and 4 because I didn't get a chance to do episode 3 last week. Episode 3 was pretty solid. It was basically Victor's backstory on everything he went through before meeting Penguin for the first time. And basically it just gets revealed that the flooding that was caused by Riddler had killed Victor's parents back then. So that's why we kind of see him in the first episode as like a little teen criminal, and that's also the reason why he was stealing the rims off of Penguin's car. He was just trying to get more money because he's now poor because his home was destroyed by the flood. And also a lot of big moves were made here. So Oz and Sofia Falcone are working together now, and they're trying to sell this new drug that Sofia learned about during her time in Arkham, and they're trying to get that onto the streets to kind of run their own little criminal empire behind the Falcone's backs. But Oswald is just trying to use this as a way to have the Falcones and the Maronis take each other out eventually. So a lot of big moves are put there. And then for Victor, his big moves are that he met his old girlfriend from before he met Penguin, and they reunite their spark for the love interest, and she basically tells him that she's moving out of Gotham and he wants to go with her, but he's afraid of how Penguin may react. But she convinces him to just basically talk it out with Oswald and see how things go. So during one of their drug operations in a nightclub, the truth comes out that Victor wants to leave, but he's scared of how Oswald will handle that situation. So Oswald surprisingly just lets him go. Because if this was episode 1 Oswald, he would have probably just killed him right then and there. But episode 3 Oswald has grown a little relationship or a bond with Victor. He sees a part of himself in Victor from, his past self. And he knows what it's like to come up from nothing or to lose everything just like Victor did. So he kind of empathizes with him. So that's why he just lets him go with no charge. So they split apart for a little bit, and Victor has a choice now to either choose to go with his girlfriend out of Gotham or to stay behind and keep working for the Penguin. And ultimately he makes the right decision. He chooses to keep working for Penguin because I bet he was thinking that the only way out of the crime game is either by going to jail or death itself. And he's also doing it to protect this girl because he doesn't want anything to come back to her or put her in harm's way. So it was a hard decision for him to make, but it was the best choice he could have made in that situation. And he comes back just to save Oswald in the nick of time from the Maroni family because the Maronis are tired of waiting for Oswald. He keeps making these false promises and not delivering on it. So he saves Oswald just in time. So overall, pretty good episode. Another 10 out of 10 for the Penguin show. They just continue to cook. They just keep cooking and cooking. Not too many plot holes, or if there's any plot holes at all, there aren't any I could find. And everything is just super detailed. But this was just really a really good episode, mainly for Vic's characterization. He's really growing as a person. He's becoming less and less scared. He's getting used to the crime life. He's feeling like he's becoming more important now in the show. For Penguin episode 4 that just came out, instead of episode 3 being the best episode so far, episode 4 is the best episode so far in the entire season. It might actually be my favorite episode this season personally, and that's all thanks to Sofia Falcone. She kills it every time she's on screen, and this episode is no different. It's even amplified times 20 in this episode because here we basically see Sofia's backstory on how she got sent to Arkham, what led up to that, and what they actually did to her inside of Arkham. And this is good it's interesting because usually we only get to see what Arkham Asylum actually does to their patients a few times in Batman related media. We don't really get to see the full extent of Arkham Asylum. We only see the jail cells that Batman may put, his rogues. We only see the jail cells that Batman may put his rogues gallery in, and then they'll just break out the next few episodes. But here we get to see how Arkham Asylum physically and psychologically broke Sofia down. And yeah, she is a strong warrior this episode. And, you know, the actress, Kristen, she just kills it. Like I said, you could just feel her raw emotion through the screen. And I know she's supposed to be the villain, but I'm kind of rooting for her now. I feel really bad for her. Like, I liked her in the first place ever since she was introduced, but now I like her a whole lot more because she's just a really good character who's been through a lot. And I just kind of wanted to get like some Looney Tune power, grab my hand towards the screen and just like pull her out the screen and give her a hug for everything she's been through. Like that's how good it was to me, at least. And she's also very smart even before she got psychologically broken down, because she's picking up on things quickly, like how Arkham is trying to set her up to actually be a killer with having other inmates try to fight her, and they try to get her to kill that inmate in self-defense so they can say she killed somebody even though she didn't, because it was also revealed that Sofia is not the hangman, but Carmine Falcone is the hangman. And once she figured out it was him, she wasn't trying to tell on him right away, but he basically just sent her to Arkham out of a panic reaction so he could cover his own tracks. And this was also thanks to Penguin. Now that's where we get the whole dialogue piece of Oswald screwed me over a few years ago, because a reporter approached Sofia and about the hangings, and she basically told her to go somewhere else, and Penguin told Carmine about it. But now that's how he found out that Sofia was onto him, so that's why he sent her to Arkham. So in a way, it was because of Oswald, but he didn't know that it would go that far. And it's also really sad because Oswald and Sofia's relationship was a genuinely good one. Yeah, he was just her driver, but she actually cared about him. She actually treated Oz like an actual person, unlike everybody else who was just calling him Penguin, you know, the name he doesn't like. Or Alberto's being mean to him all the time and she tells him to stop doing that, or don't call him Penguin. So it was just a really tragic backstory for Sofia and everything she's been through for the past 10 years of her time in Arkham Asylum. And just seeing all this raw emotion and everything that Sofia's going through makes the end of the episodes pay off so worth it, because she gets her get back in a way that's like kind of amazing but subtle. It's low-key, very smart or tactical of her, because she is a smart character. She's just misunderstood because everyone thinks she's crazy due to her time in Arkham Asylum. So yeah, this was just a really good episode. It's definitely better than that Homelander episode where he went back to his childhood lab and started killing everybody. This episode is just so good. It's literally peak fiction, I would say. And yeah, definitely give this episode a 10 out of 10. They just keep cooking. Just the perfect episode. And I love Sofia Falcone in this show. Now, I know it's Penguin's show, but at this point, it should have been called Falcone or just Sofia, because she's taken all the shine from Penguin himself. He wasn't even in this episode at all, besides the little snippet at the beginning, which shows something from episode 3. And I know this is the rise of Penguin. It's all about Penguin and how he came to be the mob boss we know today, but hopefully they keep Sofia alive. Hopefully she doesn't just die or something this season. I want her to stick around because she really is a good character, and I really like her as an antagonist because you can understand. Now, she probably won't get a redemption arc, but you can at least understand where she's coming from with everything she does and why she thinks the way that she does. And Sofia's revenge at the end also felt sweet because her whole family basically betrayed her. No one tried to help her out during her time in Arkham, and the one person who did try to help her, Alberto, had got killed. So she was betrayed by everyone, and she lost everything she ever cared about. So that just makes her final scene in this episode specifically so worth it. And I can't wait to see what they do next with this best character in the whole show. So that's my basic thoughts about these 2 episodes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below if you saw the episode. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you could get notified when I make new videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. And hopefully you guys are rooting for Sofia Falcone instead of Oswald.